Welcome back, class, and good to see you all. Today's challenge in Photoshop is we're going to take this picture and turn it into this, which is kind of a modernistic looking glitch. And it's pretty easy to do, so let's get started and see where we can go. Okay, once you've got your Photoshop open and you've uploaded or opened this image in Photoshop, we're going to start and do a couple of quick things. The first thing I'm going to do is go up to Image, Adjustment, Desaturate. Yes, I'm taking away all the colors. Now that I've done that, I'm going to duplicate this by either dragging it down to the lower right plus, or just hitting Control J. Once I've got that, I'm going to rename the layer Glitch Layer. Now with the glitch layer, I'm going to come over to the side of it and I'm going to double click and I'm going to enter the layer styles for this particular layer. And I want to turn off the red channel. You'll see that the icon turns green over here. I'm going to click OK. Now using the move tool, I'm going to move the picture to the left or to the right depending on which way you want to go. And I think this time I'm going to go to the right. You'll see it starts to get what kind of looks like a double image, almost 3D-ish. And it gives us this idea that the picture is vibrating. Alright, now we're ready for step 2. Step 2, we're going to select the rectangular marquee tool. You can press M on your keyboard, or you can click it up here in the upper left-hand section of the toolbar. And I'm just going to make some rectangular marquees like this across the photo. Once I've done that, I'm going to press V to go back to the Move tool. And with the Move tool, I'm just going to hold down the Shift, click, and drag a little bit to the left or to the right. I'm going to do this for a couple of different areas in the photo. So I'm going to do 3 of these, and then I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to show you what I ended up with. So here's my finished section of glitch where I've done rectangular marquees and dragged using the Move tool left or right. I did several different sizes, thick and thin. I tried to make it kind of as random as possible, almost as if the video is kind of shuttering left and right, or in this case a still image. Now, one of the neat things about this is, you can use those keyboard shortcuts to make this a lot easier. Remember, V for the Move tool, M for the Marquee tool, and they should bounce back and forth. Alright, now we're ready for step 4. I'm going to go up and I'm going to make a new layer in the Layers panel, or you can come up to the top into here and choose Layer, New Layer. Either way, I'm going to call this Scan Lines. Now with it in, I want to see that it's transparent right now, but I want to fill it. So I want to make sure it's filled with white. So I'm going to hold down the Command and Backspace, or Control and Backspace for those who are on the PC. It fills it with white. I want to turn it into a smart object, so I'm going to right click on the layer, convert to a smart object, and now I'm going to apply the Scan Lines filter to it. So where is that? We're going to go up here to Filter, Filter Gallery, and you'll see that there are quite a few filters in here, and I want you to go to Sketch, and we're going to go down to Halftone Pattern, and right now it's on Dot, which kind of makes this checkerboard grid, and I just want thin lines. So I'm going to come over here and change the pattern to Line. I'm going to leave the contrast at its highest. Yours may not be there, but I like to put it all the way up to the 50. And then I'm going to reduce the number of lines down to 2, I think. That's going to give me a nice, real skinny kind of series of lines. I'm going to say OK. That's perfect. It looks kind of like a television set, or if you were looking at that moire pattern. Now I'm going to change its blend mode from normal to overlay. So it gives us this nice kind of almost screen quality look to the art. Alright, now we're ready for the next step 5. We're going to put in a levels adjustment to kind of darken up some of the blacks and mute some of the other colors. So we're going to come in and I'm going to choose the little black and white cookie at the very bottom of the layers panel, and I'm going to choose levels. It's going to come up and I'm going to just slide the black slider to the right just enough. You'll see it darkens it up just a little bit, especially in the shirt and the shadowy areas. And then I'm going to lower the output. And the reason I'm doing this is I kind of want to mute some of the color of the grayscale. And the more I go to the left or right, it kind of gets a little bit grayer, almost kind of like kind of a grayscale look. And you can see before and after. Now we're ready to add in our type effect. So I'm going to hit the T key on my keyboard. I'm on the type tool, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to look for a font. And now I've already got it preloaded in my system, and it's Promixia Extra Bold or Black is what I'm looking for. But if you're wondering where you could get this font, you can go right, once you click on the font and download here, now that you have the Adobe Creative Suite, you can click right here, More from Adobe Fonts. Click the little Creative Cloud icon. It's going to open up a browser window that's going to take you right to the Adobe font choices. And I'm going to say OK. And all you have to do is search in here, P-R-O-X. And you'll see there's Promixia, Proximia Soft, and Proximia Nova. I like the Nova. And to activate these on your computer, all you have to do is come over here to the right, click on and activate, and it's activated. It will now be a part of your Adobe Suite. You don't even have to restart, which is really, really great. And I came all the way down to the different blacks here. This one I like because it was nice and thick. It looks really nice. So I'm going to move that off screen now. Come back to my Photoshop. And now that I've got that, I'm going to make sure I've got it on center, white for the type. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start with a small size first, probably around 72 pixels. I'll click. I'm just going to type in the word glitch. And it's pretty good, but I want to make it a lot bigger. So I'm going to really scale it up. Almost so it's fitting left to right of the screen. A little bit smaller than that. Probably around, let's do 950 points. I think that'll be perfect. Yeah. Alright, now that I've got this here, I want to do a little rearranging in the layers. So, I'm going to bring the glitch down below the filter gallery, just above the glitch layer. And once I've got it there, when it's tight, you really can't apply any effects to it. It's vector-based. But I want to apply some effects to it, so I'm going to turn it from being type into a rasterized pixel layer. So to do that, I'm going to right-click on the layer, and I'm going to scroll down till it shows me rasterized type. And then I'm going to click this, and it's going to turn it into glitch. And it's now pixely based. You can see the transparent background. Now, I'm going to duplicate this twice. And the two layers I'm going to call one, I'm going to call red, glitch red. And the other one I'm going to call it glitch blue. I'm going to drag the red below the original glitch so that it's kind of sandwiched. Now that I've got that, I'm going to use the move tool, and just like we did with the photo, I'm going to adjust its channel movements. So I'm going to go into Glitch Blue first. I'm going to double click on the layer, and I'm going to turn off the red channel, click OK. I'm going to move this to the right. Make sure you're on the layer. And you should see a little bit of blue outline come behind the type. I'm going to do the same for the red layer, but changing the channel. Double clicking on it. And I'm going to turn off the blue and the green this time. You'll see kind of a muted red. And I'm going to move it to the left. You'll see kind of a nice red on the screen. And it's kind of, looks like a little bit of a glitch. Now to kind of come in and play around with it a little bit. So I'm going to get that rectangular marquee again. I'm going to come up to the Glitch Blue first. And I'm just going to click and drag across the top here. Pretty good section. And I'm going to move it to the left with the move tool. So it kind of looks like it's being pulled. I'm going to grab a couple of thin ones. And with the thin one here, I'm going to move the white this time. Okay, with the V key on my keyboard for the shortcut. And I'm using the nudge keys. I'm going to deselect. Back to the marquee tool. This time I'm going to move some of the red channel, the red glitch. And just have a little fun here, playing around with different sizes, different thickness. Our last step here is I'm going to bring in a pixel texture that gives this some color and some flair. So I'm going to go up here, File, Open. I downloaded quite a few of these, and these are going to be available for you guys on PowerSchool. So I'm going to come down, and I'm looking for a folder. It's called, let's see, I think New Photoshop. Where is it? 25 free film dust textures. And there's kind of quite a few of these. There's different colored ones. I like this one, number 3. And also number 8 looks pretty cool. And you may try any of these. These are kind of all really kind of cool ones. There's also this one down here, number 20. I'm going to try that one today. Yeah. And it brings it up, and it's got all these kind of dusts and specks on a colored screen gel. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to move it from one document into the other document. And it's pretty good. But I want to make sure that I can position it where I want it. So with it being here, I'm going to call it the cloud dust. And I'm going to select it and I'm going to edit, transform. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise because I want that purpley kind of section at the bottom. And then I'm going to hit Command T to scale it up. I'm going to position it in the left hand corner. And I'm just going to drag down to the right until I've got it pretty much covered across the screen. I'm going to commit it. Change its blend mode to overlay or soft light, depending on which one you like. I kind of like the overlay, but it's a little harsher, but that's me. And there we go. We've got our kind of glitch looking art form. Thanks for following along today.